So once again, good morning to all. Hope all of you are doing well. Last lecture we was talking about this prepared series or prepared sizes. So what we have talked about it is that this is for the saving the time of designer and to have the some standardization in design or in dimensions we can call. Actually, we are application developers where we are going to find out the dimensions based on the induced stresses. Before that, we have seen a series of failure based on which we are going to select the stress level, and from the stress level, we are going to calculate the size of that component. That may be for shear, that may be for tensile, compressive, or all this combined loading. So, first of all, this is the first slide where we can see that while we are going to design any component at that time, we are coming across, we are taking an example of shaft last time, but we are coming across various values like length, distance, speed, volume, power, and diameter likewise. Okay. So what we are going to do while this all we are going to choose, and that can be choose at the considerable considerations like if suppose we are going to get dimension of length of any shaft as a 10.5 millimeter, then that can be standardized to the 12 millimeter. Or if suppose we are going to get diameter of any shaft which is transmitting power as a 27.8 millimeter from calculation, from the stress calculation. But it can be standard. But we know that if we are going to select the diameter below that, below the diameter which we have calculated, then definitely design will not be safe. That's why we are going to choose the value which will be higher than that. So if it is 27.8 millimeter, we are going to choose it to the next value, that is 30. That may be standard value which is available in market, right? So all these things are done, and these are done for the functionality, then usability of that component, then compatibility of that component, and safety. Okay, so safety is the important point which we are going to choose. So compatibility is also one more important point, because nowadays you know that whole machinery is not manufactured under one roof. Some of the components are manufactured somewhere else. Later on, some of the components are manufactured at some different location, and then afterwards we are going to assemble it together. Or suppose if you are going to assemble any machinery, at that time some standard parts are there, like fasteners. We have taken an example that are directly purchased from the market. There are fastener manufacturers, and they are going to manufacture it for the standard sizes, what we are going to call it as a standard, right? So that for that purpose, this type of standardization has introduced in the design. Now next slide. This prepared number are going to serve two type of purpose. Okay, just about which we are talking about. This using them increases the probability of compatibility between objects which are designed at different times, different people, or by different engineers. Okay, and it can be used though they are manufactured at different locations. That is nothing but, if we take example that I'm going to design one machinery for suppose for getting the sugarcane juice, right? So simple machinery that you might all of you might have seen it, sugarcane juice factory or sugarcane juice that machinery. Rasacha gada in Marathi we call it as. So in that, two rollers are there, two or three rollers are there, and we are going to pass the sugarcane through that roller, and we are going to just extract the juice from that. If suppose we want to modify something, you want to change the gap between the two rollers, or automatically suppose when we are going to pass the sugar cane from one pair of roller, it will automatically get reversed and will come to the another pair of roller, where again we are going to reduce the gap, and again it is going to pass from the third pair of roller, where again gap has reduced. Are you getting me? For that, if we decide that roller size from calculation, how many or what stresses, what type of stresses are coming, what is the value of the stress which is coming for that. From that, if suppose we are going to choose a motor which is required for that. So when we are going to choose the motor, if suppose our required power is 10 horsepower, okay, actually 10 horsepower is not required, but if suppose by our calculation we get 10 horsepower as a required value of power, for that either you can use engine or you can use electric motor. These are the options. But if you choose the electrical motor, then if you are going to select the electrical motor, and that standard manufacturers of electrical motor, they are not going to, or they are not having that 10 horsepower electric motor, single phase electrical motor. For that, suppose that standard manufacturers are decided some series that either it will be available in 2 HP, 5 HP, 7 HP, 12 HP, or 15 HP. So which value you will select? I want answer from you. You can write in comment box. Whether you have got it, I will repeat it once again. जर आपण ऊसाचा रस काढण्यासाठी जो गाडा असतो ती मशीन डिझाईन करतोय, त्याच्यामध्ये एक असं आपण डिझाईन केलं की तो ऊस एकदा पास केला की पहिल्या रोलरच्या पेअर मध्ये जातो, त्यानंतर दुसऱ्या पेअर मध्ये जातो, तिथं अजून गॅप कमी केला जातो, तिसऱ्यामध्ये जातो, तिथं अजून गॅप कमी केला जातो, आणि त्याच्यासाठी लागणारी जी पॉवर आहे ती 10 HP माझ्या कॅल्क्युलेशन नुसार आली. आणि मी इलेक्ट्रिकल मोटर खरेदी करणार आहे त्यासाठी 10 HP साठी. पण ज्यावेळेला मी चार्ट बघितला मोटरचा, अवेलेबल असलेल्या मोटरचा, त्यावेळेला स्टँडर्ड चार्ट असा आहे की 2 HP, 5 HP, 7 HP, 12 HP आणि 15 HP. त्यातली कुठली मोटर तुम्ही सिलेक्ट करणार? You write in comment box. 12 HP. Okay, most of the people are giving value as a 12 HP, right? Because we cannot use 7 HP because required power is 10 horsepower, and right, 12 HP we are going to select because required power is 10 horsepower. Below that, if we are going to choose the motor, then it will not possible to develop that power or serve the purpose for which it has been designed. You will select it as a 12 HP. Though 2 HP are excess, 2 horsepower power are excess for our application, but we don't have any choice. We have standardized it and we have choose the 12 HP power. Likewise, if suppose it requires gear pair also, if you are going to design that gear pair, it will be required more time. According to your design, then gears has to be manufactured. Then as per the design of your gear train or gear pairs, you have to choose the machineries and you have to make the all setup for that. Instead of that, if we go in market and if you choose the gears which are required for that gear specifications, number of teeth, then number of teeth for the driver, number of teeth for the driven, as well as what will be the model for that. Model is the term which is used for that. We are going to learn it later on. What is model and how you can select. Already, yes, in KTOM also you have learned that what is model. Okay. Diameter upon number of teeth. So based on that, you are going to select that gear pairs, and that you have to select according to the standards which are available. Likewise, this concept has been introduced in design, and later on it has been developed, and nowadays it is possible that we can choose the standard parts and we can assemble it together and we can serve the purpose for which you want to design a machinery. Are you getting me? रोलर पण आता स्टँडर्ड साईजचे अवेलेबल असणार आहेत. ते आपण घेऊ शकतो आणि असेंबल करू शकतो. What it gives to the designer that he can have the compatibility of that components. Suppose for example we'll take that Royal Enfield is the company who has produced Bullet as their one of the product. You know, all of you know two-wheeler having Bullet as a Bullet as a one of the model, right? Which has designed in 1895 somewhere. Okay, 1895 च्या आसपास ते रॉयल एनफिल्डनं बुलेट नावाचं मॉडेल बाजारात आणलं होतं. At that time, mostly it was used by the military people for the transportation. Nowadays, it is available, but there are very little changes which has been taken place in that design from 1895 to date, that is 1921. Very little modifications has been done. That is in the some materials which are used, or they have changed the material, but or they have changed some specifications of the engine. But power developed by that engine and the mechanism which has been used in that engine, that are the same. And hence, at that time they have used 4-stroke engine. Most of the two-wheelers which you are going to see in old days, they are of 2-stroke. But Bullet has an engine of 4-stroke from long back. So the design which has been done by that particular engineer or the people, those who are working in that company, nowadays also, if you want to change that design, just little changes you can do. And as they have used some prepared or some standard series, nowadays also that engineers, those who are doing some modifications, it is compatible to that design. आताच्या अवेलेबिलिटी नुसार जर आपण त्याच्यामध्ये मॉडिफिकेशन करायचं म्हटलं, बऱ्याच ठिकाणी मॉडिफिकेशन करावं लागतं. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम, फॉर एक्झाम्पल ट्रान्समिशन सिस्टम, चेन अँड स्प्रॉकेट, त्याच्यामध्ये थोडे बुलेटचे चेंजेस झालेले आहेत. मेन पार्ट मध्ये स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये झालेले नाही, बट फॉर दी स्मॉल कंपोनंट्स, राईट? सो इन दॅट केस दॅट डिझाइन इज कॉम्पॅटेबल नाव फॉर दिस टुडेज इंजिनियर ऑल्सो. कारण काय की तिथं त्यांनी ज्या वेळेला स्टँडर्ड व्हॅल्यूज कुठल्या एखाद्या कंपोनंट, त्यावरचं जे स्प्रॉकेट वापरलं गेलं होतं, त्याचे नंबर ऑफ टीथ, ते स्टँडर्ड. Nowadays also we are using same type of sprocket, and we can transmit the power. आत्ताचे डिझायनर सुद्धा त्याच नंबर ऑफ टीथचे स्प्रॉकेट वापरू शकतात. फक्त पॉवर ट्रान्समिशन करण्यासाठी, ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम साठी ड्रमचं डिझाइन जे चेंज केलंय, बट दॅट स्प्रॉकेट इज कॉम्पॅटेबल विथ द टुडेज ड्रम्स ऑर ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम. गेटिंग? त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला हे स्टँडर्ड सिरीज पिक्चर मध्ये आणले गेले. गेटिंग? दुसरी गोष्ट काय आहे की इफ सपोज आय मॅन्युफॅक्चर सम पार्ट in Delhi, or suppose we can take example of John Deere tractor, where the assembly unit is in Pune, engine is manufactured somewhere in Delhi, okay, and rest of that body parts are manufactured in Bangalore, and they are assembled together. Some engine assembly and that total tractor assembly is done in Pune. So the people, those who are working in Delhi and those who are working in Bangalore, if they are not using this standard series, then that type of components cannot be manufactured or cannot be assembled together, and they cannot have the compatibility with each other. Or suppose I want to purchase some components which are designed by the people, those who are in France. Okay, if we purchase their design, at that time, the components which they have designed, they are compatible with the design which we have done here in India. So that is possible because they are using some standard values for all the said things, that is length, diameter, power, then speed, likewise. Okay, we have taken example. Hope that all of you might have understood it. If you have any question, you are free to ask. Then I will tell you the how that series is used. Do you have any question whether you understood the concept of prepared series? Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Now this prepared series or prepared numbers represents some preferences of simple numbers like 1, 2, 5 in multiple of 10. Okay, that is for the power. When we are going to consider it, they are simple numbers which are multiplied by 10, and the value which we are going to get, that will be utilized. Now this concept has started by Charles. Can you see the marker which I have chosen? So Charles Renard was the professor who has set these prepared numbers. Okay, in 1870. Now his system was developed, or what we can say adopted in 1952 as an international standard. Okay, before that it was limited to the Europe and US. Some of the countries, because at that time many of the countries was not in position to manufacture or design some modern machineries. That modernization was limited up to only Europe and some extent to the America, USA. But later on, it has been spread to all the world. Nowadays, also some of the African countries are there where this type of modernization we are not able to see. The people, those who have traveled over there, migrated over there, they have only that transmitted or transformed that technology over there. Getting me? 1870 साली चार्ल्स रेनार्ड यांनी ही सिस्टम डेव्हलप केली, पण ती ऑल ओव्हर द वर्ल्ड 1952 साली अडॉप्ट झाली. ऑल ओव्हर द वर्ल्ड म्हणजे आता अंटार्क्टिका वगैरे ह्या भागात अजून पण तशा काही फॅक्टरी नाहीत. तुम्ही 1870चा जर काळ बघितला तर फक्त युरोप आणि सम एक्सटेंडेड ज्या भागावर इंग्रजांची सत्ता होती ते. ओके, जसं की न्यूझीलंड असेल, दक्षिण आफ्रिका, भारत, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, युरोप आणि मायग्रेटेड झालेलेच इंग्रज होते ते अमेरिकेत होते, USA मध्ये. त्या भागामध्ये ही स्टँडर्डायझेशन यूज केलं जायचं. लॅटर ऑन मग छोट्या छोट्या कंट्रीज ज्या राहिल्या असतील त्यांनी ते अडॉप्ट केलं. सो इट इज नोन ॲज ए ISO. Okay, and that Renard system has been adopted, and that standardization was used. This Renard system was depend on some numbers which are divides the interval from 0 to 10. Okay, how he has divided? He has divided it as 5, 10, 20, and 40. Okay, so these are the numbers by means of which we can multiply to the 10, and the number which we are going to get, that will be considered as a standard value. For if you are adapting it to the power, then that will be for the power. If you are adapting it for the length, that will be considered for the length. Likewise, length, diameter, you can choose speed, also you can choose for that. So this series is known as R5, R10, R20, and R40, where R is Renard. Okay, after his name, the series has been known by his initial initial letter as R. So it is R5, R10 and R40. Okay. The factors between two consecutive numbers in the Renard series is approximately constant. That is 5 to 10, then 10 to 20 is kept as approximately constant before rounding it up. Matlab, while you are going to get the value as a 27.8 millimeter diameter, then the next step which you are going to get from the previous step, that is normally constant. Okay. Namely as a 5th or 10th, 20th or 40th root of the 10. Okay. So the value which you are going to get between two numbers of the available series is the root, 5th root of 10 or 10th root of 10 or 20th root of 10 or 40th root of 10. Okay. So these values are coming as a 1.858, 1.26, 1.12 or 1.06. Okay. These are the respective roots of 10 which you are going to get, and which value which we can keep as a standard value between two successive values of that prepared series. For example, if we want to keep the diameters, standard diameters for the shaft for the transmitting the torque, then distance between or two available diameters between two values, that can be kept as a 1.58 millimeter. It means that first available diameter may be 2 millimeter. After that, we can increase it by 1.58. So it will become 3.58 millimeter diameter. Okay, the next available value. Likewise, okay, for it will be applicable for power. It will be applicable for speed. It will be applicable for the thickness of belt, or it will be applicable for number of plies of the belt. Likewise. Okay. So this type of standardization is done, and this type of series are developed. Nowadays, we are having our own standard series also, that is Indian standards, that can be utilized. These Indian standards are specially considering the atmospheric condition of our India, because all these things are mostly developed in Europe, and we know that in Europe, maximum temperature goes up to 35 degrees Celsius. Where in India, that is the value which we can note as a minimum temperature, right? In some part of the countries, we are going to have the value as a 35. In Solapur, if you are going to consider, Solapur is normally in what we can say normal temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, right? It is reaching in Europe as a maximum temperature, and minimum temperature might be minus 20, minus 25 degrees Celsius, which here in India, except Himalaya, we cannot achieve it. In Himalaya also, we are not going to get that much low temperature, minus 25 degrees Celsius. Based on that, they have prepared some series, they have prepared some sizes, because thermal expansion and contraction of the materials which are used, they may be taking place in Europe as a minus 20 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius plus. But in India, it will be always 35 degree plus, in plus side 45 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius. Likewise. So based on these geometrical or these environmental conditions, now India has also developed some series, and that series are used as a Indian standards, right? So this what concept we have to understood only. Later on in detail, we are going to see how this series can be utilized, while we are going to see the unit as a selection of belts. So if you have any question, you are free to ask. Hello? Whether you understood concept of this prepared series, some standard values of the prepared series, what is the logic behind that? That are the important points. BPS, you can write in comment. And if you have any question, Then also you can write in comment box, chat box. Yes, please reply. Are you able to listen me? All of you are listening me or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So, any question?
No, sir.
No, everybody has understood it? If yes, we'll go further. First, I'll drop it out, all the things. And we are going to see next point. So, actually, we are going to start now what the design which we are going to call it as. And first thing which we are going to see, the design of quarter joint. Okay. And this quarter joint, out of that, again, we are going to select as a sprocket and spigot type of quarter joints. Now, the joints are mostly used in transmitting the power from one place to another place. That is, again, of pulling type. In some cases, of pushing type also. But mostly it is used for the pulling purpose. And when one part is connected to the another part, and if you want to pull that part, specifically, we can say in the examples of locomotives. Nowadays, we are going to say it as a railways. These type of joints are used. Not only that, in coal miles also, we are going to use such type of applications. Okay, where transportation of coal is important. Though what I'm going to say that the application of such type of joints are reduced nowadays, but the procedure which is set in this case of in these joints, that we can follow. Okay. According to me, okay, this is not basically we can say the view of everybody, but from my view, these type of components are outdated now. So I'm going to make very bold statement. You may worry that if it is outdated, then why it has been introduced in our syllabus? That might be the question. Or some expert in this design, he may ask me that question. Then why it has been introduced in our curriculum or in our course? Why you have not taken some efforts to remove such type of things which are outdated? But first thing is that it is completely not outdated. The procedure is the what we can say basic procedure, which nowadays we are going to use for some other components also. Procedure has not been changed. Suppose we are going to consider that any component which we are going to design for the shear, then the procedure which has been explained here for the design of quarter joint or this socket and spigot joint, that procedure we are going to use for today's application also. So moreover, the less we have to concentrate on the procedure. How or which concept has been used for the designing of various components. Now, components which are involved are also again three components, and that each component is designed for the different uh, type of stresses. Okay, though the nature of load is remaining same as a pulling load, the stresses which are induced are different in that three components, or major stress which will be induced in that components may be different. Okay. So the procedure we have to concentrate, though the actual use of such type of joints are rarely nowadays we can see, but the procedure that can be implemented or that is implemented basically to the other components which are frequently nowadays we are using. So let's see first of all what are the different parts which are involved in such type of joint. So basically we are concentrating on the socket and spigot joint. Okay. Now here three words are used. One is socket, second is spigot, and third one is quarter. Joint is joint and is used for the just uh, separating that two different points. So these three components are there. One is called as sprocket, second one is called as spigot, and third one is called as quarter. Quarter because it is 1/4 part of that actual one. That's why it is called as quarter. So quarter is the one component. These three components are undergoing to this pulling load. You can see here this load which has been used is the pulling load. Okay. And sometimes pushing load is also considered while we are going to design it. Always the load nature may not be pulling, it may be pushing also. So we are going to consider this loading and we have to choose dimensions of this each part in such a way that it will not undergo to the failure for this pulling load. Okay. So we'll see components one by one. This end where we are going to make hole and inside which this shaft is inserted. Okay. This particular component. This is not known as a socket. Okay. Inside which this spigot is inserted and later on this quarter is placed in between the space which has been provided. Here and here also this hole has been provided on socket as well as on spigot. Okay. When this quarter is not present and if this spigot is inserted inside this socket and if it is pulled, it will readily come out because nobody is there who can provide the support between this socket and this spigot. Okay. But when you are going to insert this quarter in between that socket hole and this spigot hole, then it will be act as a member who is going to resist to that pulling. Okay. So from here the pulling load is applied and at this end also pulling load is applied. Getting me? So this is what we can say detailed drawing of this joint. And this quarter is made in such a way that tapered is given to this quarter so that assembly and disassembly will become easy. When you are going to apply load on from upper side, it will be tight and it will readily will not be comes out because of the vibrations which are present at the time of application. or because of the change in load, frequently the load will get changed. Because of that, this readily will not be come out. It is fitted inside that space which has been provided for that quarter. Okay, and if you want to disassemble it, just hammer it from the below, then it will come out easily, so that you can separate the sprocket as well as socket, and you can disassemble the joint. Getting me? Any question related to this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Whether you understood the application as well as details of components which are used.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, one by one, we'll see. Now the animation was presented. One by that animation I will show later on. This is actually a link of animation part. Later on, I will provide that animation for that, how that components are looking like. Okay, you can see it from the different view. First of all, we'll say what is the spigot. Is the part which is used at the socket end. And socket is nothing but the part which is inserted inside that spigot. And quarter, that is nothing but the resisting component to the pulling that has been inserted inside that the cavity which has been provided for that quarter. Okay. Now this is what we can say engineering drawing, or you might have drawn such type of drawing in machine drawing subject or somewhere in CAD/CAM subject. Okay, this is what the engineering joint is, and it is all are the standard values for the given application. For example, all these values are given in terms of diameter and some distances. So here we can say we are going to give the nomenclature names for that particular dimension. For example, we are going to say small d as a diameter of the shaft which has been used to the sprocket as well as spigot side. Okay, this diameter is kept the same because this shaft has to be transmit same pulling force as the other part has to be transmitted. Okay, so this socket is hollow part inside which this spigot has inserted. Okay, so it is denoted by D. Let us consider that small d is the diameter of shaft which is at the spigot as well as socket side. Okay, then D1, small d1 is the diameter, outer diameter of the socket. This is outer diameter of the socket. Then D2, let us consider that the inner diameter of the socket. Whereas this same is going to become outer diameter of the spigot. Am I right? So that this spigot can be inserted inside this socket. That's why inner diameter of this socket is going to become outer diameter of the spigot. Okay. Then let us say average width, because as it is tapered, this quarter is tapered. That's why average width, which is measured at the mid, is B of the quarter. Okay. Then this spigot is inserted from the center of this quarter, or from the one end of the quarter in the socket is at a distance A. That is nothing but this distance by means of which this spigot is inserted inside the socket. This distance we are going to call it as A. Okay. Then remaining distance of this spigot up to the end of the socket. This is end of the socket. This is denoted by the C. Okay. Now we have provided one collar on the spigot so that it will not go inside that pocket. Okay. And collar has been provided which is resisting to be inserted inside the pocket. This collar has a thickness equal to T1 and it has a diameter equal to D3. Now some sort of, here you can see diameter has been increased for the socket. This diameter has increased. So it is denoted by the dotted. That is we are going to see sectional view of that. That's why it is dotted. But if this diameter has increased. You can see here this much it has been increased in radius, and to the other side it has been increased by this value. Okay. So this increased diameter of the socket is denoted by D4. Got it? These are the some nomenclatures which we are going to use. There is standard relationship between the diameter of shaft D, small d, with D1, D2, D3, D4, as well as A, C, and normal width of the quarter also B. Okay, as well as thickness of that collar as a T1. Now yet we have not decided thickness of this quarter also. That is denoted by T, only small t. Okay, that cannot be seen in this view. That's why it is not denoted here. So let me know whether you have understood what are the nomenclatures we are using for the further calculations. Whether you understood it, I'll repeat it once again. जो शाफ्ट स्पिगॉट आणि सॉकेट एंडला वापरला गेलाय तो शाफ्टचा डायमीटर स्मॉल D1 ने दाखवलाय. सॉकेट असं असतं की त्याला आतल्या साईडला होल असतं, त्यामुळे त्याचा आउटर डायमीटर D1 आहे, इनर डायमीटर D2 आहे. स्पिगॉट सॉकेट मध्ये बसतो, त्याच्यामुळे त्याचा इनर डायमीटर ऑफ सॉकेट विल बिकम आउटर डायमीटर ऑफ द स्पिगॉट. ओके. हा स्पिगॉट ज्यावेळेला आपण इन्सर्ट करतो त्यावेळेला जे कॅव्हिटी प्रोव्हाइड केलेली असते क्वार्टर साठी, ती क्वार्टर असते ते ऍक्च्युअली टेपर्ड असते, पण त्याला आपण ऍव्हरेज त्याचं थिकनेस विड्थ म्हणू आपण B. ओके. त्या क्वार्टर पासून स्पिगॉट जो आहे तो सॉकेट मध्ये किती आतमध्ये गेलाय ती व्हॅल्यू आहे A. दिस व्हॅल्यू इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट फ्रॉम द शेअरिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू. जर कमी ठेवली तर तो शेअर होईल, तिथं जास्त ठेवली अननेसेसरी मटेरियलचं वेस्टेज असेल. ओके, ते आहे A. त्यापासून बाहेर राहिलेला जो स्पिगॉटचा पार्ट आहे सॉकेटच्या एंड पर्यंत, दॅट इज डिनोटेड बाय C. ओके. हा जो स्पिगॉट आहे तो इन्सर्ट केल्यानंतर इथं थोडासा गॅप राहिला शिल्लक. ओके. त्या गॅपच्या आतमध्ये जर गेला तर इथले होल मॅच होणार नाही, त्यामुळे त्याला एक स्टॉपर बसवला इथं. तो इन्सर्ट केल्यानंतर त्या स्टॉपरला थटेल तिथं. त्या स्टॉपरला आपण कॉलर म्हणलंय त्याची. त्या कॉलरचा डायमीटर आहे D3 आणि त्या कॉलरची थिकनेस आहे T1. ओके. नाउ दिस स्पिगॉट हॅज बीन इन्क्रीज्ड इट्स डायमीटर. हा डायमीटर इन्क्रीज केलाय कशासाठी, तर दॅट इज फॉर द assembly purpose. Okay, assembly and disassemble purpose, as well as to have the better shearing resistance. जे शेअर होताना त्याचं बेटर शेअरिंग रेजिस्टन्स असावं म्हणून हा डायमीटर इन्क्रीज केलाय. त्या डायमीटरला आपण म्हणलंय D4. ओके. सो D, स्मॉल d, D1, D2, D3, D4, A, C, T1, okay, and B. आता इथं आपण इथं जर ए वापरलं आणि इथं का बी वापरलं ना, कारण विड्थला नॉर्मली आपण बी वापरतो म्हणून बी तिथं वापरले आणि त्यानंतरचं डायमेन्शन जे फाइंड आउट करायचं त्याला सी वापरले आपण. ओके, हे आहे नॉमेनक्लेचर based on which we are going to find out the dimensions. Whether you understood it or not, just let me know.
Yes, sir, understood.
Everybody, they can put in chat box. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. So now our job is that for the application of P, that is external load, we have to make all these dimensions in such a way that the stresses which will get induced will not exceed the limiting stresses which we are going to decide. Okay, I'll repeat. आपल्याला आता हे जे डायमेन्शन आहेत की डायमेन्शन्स आता फाइंड करायचे आहेत अशा पद्धतीनं की ज्यासाठी एक्सटर्नली अप्लाइड लोड पी ची व्हॅल्यू आपण घेणार आहे. प्रॉब्लेम सोडवताना आपण काय करतोय, समजा पी हा माझा आहे 500 न्यूटन, एक रेल्वे वॅगन दुसऱ्या वॅगनला जोडले आणि ज्यावेळेला ती पुल केली जाईल त्यावेळेला त्यांच्यावर पुलिंग लोड हा 500 किलो न्यूटन येतोय. तर अंडर द ऍप्लिकेशन ऑफ दिस 500 किलो न्यूटन we have to choose such a value of D if it is manufactured from mild steel, and mild steel has a young its yield stresses as a 600 megapascal. Okay, and if you are going to use the factor of safety as a 2, 600 has been divided by 2, 300, म्हणजे येणारी व्हॅल्यू ही 300 मेगापास्कल पेक्षा जास्त, 300 न्यूटन पर मिलीमीटर स्क्वेअर पेक्षा जास्त व्हायला नाही पाहिजे अशा व्हॅल्यूज आपण डिसाइड करायचे, फाइंड करायचे. ओके, त्या स्मॉल डी, D1, D2, D3, D4, A width B, C value, T1 thickness. Got it? That is what we are going to say as a finding the dimensions or designing of that component. आता त्या कशाच्या बेसवर डिसाइड करायचे आहेत, कुठल्या टाइपचा स्ट्रेस तिथे येणार आहे, कुठल्या टाइपचा आपण कन्सिडर करायला पाहिजे. ओके, that we have to decide one by one. Got it? Okay, now if you do any question, you are free to ask. Otherwise, you can put your roll number only by once. And you can leave this class because next lecture may be starting in 1 minute. After putting your roll number, you can leave this class and you can join the next lecture. Abhishek Jodmote.
Yes, sir. Hello.
You have not written your roll number in front of your name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will.
What is your roll number?
TA14.
TA4.
14.
Okay, TA14. So please change your name.
Yes, sir.
So that it can be understood. Okay, thank you. You can leave class if you have put your roll number in
Chat box I will return.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Shubham Singan, whether you have written your roll number? Ruturaj Kale. Okay, now you can leave class. Thank you for listening me.